Africa isn't safe, constantly at war, and so many Africans are uneducated?
What?
First of all, how do you even think like that? Let's debunk those stereotypes. I apologize for the dog. It's feeding time and I can't wait for it to. Let's move on, okay? Hello there, my name is Janita Maaya. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I am on the road to 10K, so please do subscribe, do all the nice things, subscribe, like, hit the bell for notifications, and yeah, give this video a thumbs up because that helps me out in the end. Okay, now I was on Twitter, guys. I be on X quite a lot. It's my that's the only social media I genuinely do enjoy. Like, I like to scroll on X. I like to see what they have going on there. I'm exposed to so many people from so many different countries, their opinions and what other people are saying about that. So that is why I particularly love X. I even get to read like all these threads. Like, I've read a book or something. That's why I love X. And I came across this post from a certain lady who I love. She's been in the media industry, I think East Africa, and then she's also international. Her name is Nancy Kakunjira. Get it right. She was saying, media folks, what's one narrative about Africa you'd like to see retired from global coverage in 2025? And the first answer was by a lady called Madam CEO, and she's saying, taking odd and dirty pictures, especially of old men, women, children, and old houses to portray Africa. When you're watching like an action film, and then this person's like, oh, he went to Africa, oh, he went to Morocco, and then they did that. I hope I'm saying it. Like, they play that Arabic sound, and then like the weather is grimy, it's yellow, and that's how they're in Morocco. And then most times when you search up about Africa, let's say online, the one thing that you're seeing are starving kids, are kids with houseflies all around them, are kids, asking for help, like $1 to feed a child or $1 to make sure a child gets water. So she's basically saying, let's let it rest. And which is actually true, because when I say things like that, I always think to myself, are they being for real right now? Like, is this the whole Africa? Like, why are you just showing these kids and then they will wait for the perfect opportunity when the housefly is landing on a snotty nose, and then they'll get that, and then that's what they'll use to like sell to get funding and foreign aid. Like, let's make it rest. Let's put it to bed. Let's stop putting Africa into this grimy and old looking picture and whatnot. I want to give a shout out to our sponsors for today, who are Sunset Residences UG. This is a very cute and beautiful and cozy Airbnb located in Chisasi, Kulambiro. It is a 2-bedroom, 2 bathrooms, spacious living room, fully equipped kitchen, external cameras, 24/7 security, and an air cooler on site with a backup power station. It's a lovely place. Here's what it looks like. It's an amazing apartment. It's gorgeous. I'll put the link in the description box if you want to book it. If you're coming to Uganda, this is where you need to be, because I wish I could literally turn the camera for you guys, but this place is amazing. You get your money's worth. The host is amazing. The caretaker is amazing. Everything here, we give you the Ugandan, the Ugandan hospitality vibes here. So please do book Sunset Residences wherever it is that you are. Now, because of this particular tweet, I decided to say what stereotypes are out there about Africa that you guys may like me to debunk. So I'm debunking that. I don't know if you guys will even like this episode, but I'm gonna do it anyway, because I know I'm helping someone out there who could be interested in Africa, and they're seeing all these things online, and then maybe my video is something that can help them sort of look at Africa in a different light. So that's what we're gonna do over here. The next stereotype is that Africa isn't safe for visitors. Obviously, when you see old pictures like you've seen, when you see certain things, you start thinking Africa is very unsafe, but I think that's false. I had a client book a consultation with me shameless plug once again, Maaya Consultancy. If you're looking to relocate, invest and thrive in Uganda, I'm your go-to person. Book a one-on-one consultation. Use my expertise, my connections to make sure you have like a safe landing in Africa or some sort. So yeah, I had a client one day is like, oh, as a woman, how safe are you in your country? And obviously there's a lot of like femicide happening in Kenya or Africa at wide. There's a lot of like gender-based violence, and then lots of women are dying. So I mean, I hope that comes to an end. But I told her, like, I feel safe. Like, I don't think a time has come when I feel like, oh my god, I need to watch my 4s and my 6 and my 8s. I don't know if that even makes sense. Like, I need to watch everything for me to feel safe. That is not something I've experienced as a woman. And I will say that's because I'm privileged. Maybe because of the area that I stay in. Also, when I do decide to pick on a certain area, security is very important to me, like certain things like that. But I will say in general, I don't think this whole myth of Africa isn't safe is true. Obviously, certain things will happen. Petty crimes will happen here and there. But I guess petty crimes happen everywhere, but generally Africa is safe for most countries, obviously excluding the countries who are at war, obviously. And oh, by the way guys, countries like Rwanda, Kigali is quite safe, guys. You can literally wake up at whatever time you want to, and then what's gonna happen to you? Nothing. Countries like Botswana, Namibia, Mauritius are some of the safest countries in the world. So that goes to show you that this whole stereotype like Africa is very unsafe. Cut it out. Okay, we need to let it rest. The next one is that Africans are not educated or skilled. I feel like this is rooted in like colonial stereotypes, and it kind of undermines the knowledge that most Africans have. But fun fact, is it a fun fact or fact? It's a fact that cesarean C-section, that is women who give birth through like when they cut the stomach. I believe everyone knows C-section. I don't know why I'm explaining it. But do you know that it originated in Uganda? Actually, there were Ugandan women who were Ugandan. By then they were called, I think they were not doctors per se. They were healers or like midwives, and they were performing cesarean C-sections. It's the British who came and saw that these women were performing cesarean C-sections, and then they decided to kind of like emulate and get inspired from that. I'm saying getting inspired because it's such a nice word, but copped that. Okay, sorry, they copped that, and you can see that it's not true. What do you mean Africans are unskilled or uneducated? I'll even give an example of a country like Kenya that's setting the pace for mobile payments with our M-Pesa, which is mobile money, and that has like spread across the entire continent with mobile payments. I mean, not everyone knows mobile payments. I literally just had a session with a client where I was explaining how mobile money works, because like I said, I'm privileged. I will see the privilege. Oh, not me speaking of privilege. And I thought, to me, I'm thinking like everyone must know what mobile money is, but you will be surprised that people don't know what mobile money is. So like you can say Africans are very unskilled or uneducated because some things like that are happening. We have Nigeria that's like the Silicon. Is it Nigeria that's the Silicon Valley of Africa, or it's Kenya? One way or another, they're like tech giants. They're coming up with so many innovations. Like people on the continent are doing lots and lots of amazing things. Oh, my friend Geoffrey with ChargeCo, he has like electric bikes that use electricity, and then he also has like, he makes these charging stations or charging ports. People can charge their phones wherever it is. He also has like these backup power stations. Like that's really innovative, and that's not something you can take away from a brilliant young man like that. Oh, people are they're very bright, and they love that for us. The next one that I would like to do is the stereotype that I think the stereotype is that Africa needs to be saved by the West. But that means like Africa needs to be saved by foreign powers. Most times people are just like, oh yeah, the savior complex from so many parties that come to African continent. I get where it comes from, because sometimes we get here and then see what the government is doing. You're like, yeah, I can do better. I need to save them, and then there's that, and then you end up doing what you're doing. But I don't think it's possible, because I do believe Africans can be able to save themselves. or maybe they don't want saving. Have you asked yourself that before you try to save someone? You need to ask yourself, does this person need saving? Did they ask me to save them? Very important questions, but that's a myth that we need to debunk, and it's not true. The next one is that Africa is only about wildlife and safaris. When the late Kim was alive, I was telling him and some other gentleman a story of how when I was going to school, I used to cross 2 water bodies, and then sometimes, because we had to use the Queen Elizabeth National Park route, and sometimes we had to stop for the elephants. Now, growing up, to me, that was normal, right? Because in some African countries, you can find that the roads are in the national parks. So you get the opportunity to see the wildlife, right? Because even Markshan Falls has a whole road through it, although that one is paid for. Whereas for Queen Elizabeth National Park, it's just a road that connects. And when I say cross water bodies, I literally wasn't like swimming and jumping or using a boat to cross one water body from one water body to the other. I was in a vehicle, and then there happened to be a road or like a huge bridge connecting these two places. And Kim was laughing at me. He was basically saying, oh, how do you even say that? You're pushing the narrative that Africans are a certain type of way. You're the people that are making people think like this. And I'm just like, no, why would you look at it as a bad thing? It's a fact. How many times have we stopped for elephants? I've seen elephants all my life. We were kids, we've seen elephants. Like, it was normal to us, but I realized it's not normal to so many people. But then I'm trying to show you that that's not the norm for every African or every Ugandan. Not everyone has lived such a life, or not everyone stays in such an area, and not everyone is living in a hut surrounded by lions running to them to be painted. Like, that's just not true. It's very unreal. I'm literally hearing something on the road. Like, it's not real. People have built mansions. People are building homes. The infrastructure is amazing. I mean, even in this day and age, they can't even allow you to put up housing, in a wildlife conservation type of situation. They can't even allow you that. It's not possible. So debunk it. I think the other one that I'm seeing here is that Africa is too risky for investment. I'm seeing here, actually, Africa offers one of the highest returns on foreign direct investments globally. So what do you mean it's very unsafe for investments? Let's debunk that. And I also like the fact that, to me, the way I see it, like I say it, I'm an opportunist. I will see opportunities in so many things, and you can see that Africa has a lot of untapped potential. So that means, Africa has a lot of untapped potential. So that means like someone can be able to start something that hasn't been done there before. So I believe for me that's a ripe ground for investment. So yeah, guys, let's debunk this whole Africa is too risky for investment. The most common one is that Africa is a country. Yeah, Africa is not a country, friend. Africa has 54 countries, all very diverse, with so many tribes within them, each with its own unique cultures, languages, economies, history. Let's talk about Uganda. Uganda has like how many tribes? We're still counting. We're still adding the tribes on top of the tribes that we have. So yeah, like we're a very diverse continent filled with so many amazing people rich in culture, people rich in community, people rich. But yeah, that's what Africa has to offer, guys. I don't know if you liked this episode. This is a bit new for me, but let me know what you think in the comment section. I hope this was fun. It's just a light one. It's not every day we're facing the world is ending. Sometimes a little water to like kind of dilute everything that's happening on ground. But yeah, that's it. That's what I want to share with you guys. Yeah, guys, I hope you liked this one. Like I say, I don't know how it's going to do, but I hope you liked it. Support the channel, like, subscribe, do all the nice things, buy the merchandise, super chat. Yeah, do it all. And I guess I'll see you next time.